and girls, I'm here with my friend Frank today. I'm at the public library here in Connersville, Indiana. I'm Miss Lisa, and you've joined me for the Crafty Corner. Today we're going to make a Frankenstein puppet. It's a very easy craft to do, and if you don't have this stuff at home, you can come here to the library and pick up a packet of all the materials that you need. Also, on our Facebook page, there are the templates that you can use. This is a very simple little puppet to make. It's just layered paper, and then you can have your friend Frank join you in all of your fall festivals and festivities that you do. All right, so Frank can come right along with you. So let's begin making our little puppet. You need a paper sack. And to start off with, you need the green, you'll need some scissors, and you need some glue. White glue is the best since we're layering construction paper. So you're going to want his body to be green, so you're going to lift the flap here, and we're just going to measure. It comes down to right here, so I'm just going to cut across as straight as I can. And then we're going to measure where it is on the other side of the paper bag, which is right here. And I'm just going to cut up as straight as I can. Now, if you wanted to use a ruler to make sure it was perfectly straight, that would work too. So you can see I got off a little bit. So why don't I just turn this over and we'll trim off the extras. See how easy that was? Okay. So once you've got that, you're going to want to just take your glue. It helps to open the glue bottle, boys and girls. Take your glue and just wiggle it back and forth. Remember, we don't want any big globs. You just want to wiggle it around. Scribble that glue on there. Okay, so there's his nice green body. With a little extra that you cut off, we're going to want to create his face. So we'll just measure where that is. Measure here where the tab is. And cut across. Okay, not quite straight. It's all right. You just need to glue that up there. All right, so we're going to just scribble the glue and get his face on. Okay, so what you do next is up to you. I think we're going to go ahead and create his mouth. So we're going to want to make sure that when you open and close that puppet, you can see his red mouth. So you want to make sure that you put it underneath the flap before you start to cut. And you want to go about 1 inch down. So I'm going to cut over and make a square for his mouth. Okay, and then we're just going to round the corners a little bit so that it sort of looks like he's smiling. I don't know. Have you ever seen Frankenstein smile? Let's stick that mouth right up underneath there. And see, now you have a nice area for his mouth. I'm going to put the glue on the back side of the mouth you cut out and slip it underneath the flap of the paper sack. Okay. Now, there are templates. If you would prefer to cut out here, you could. Here are his teeth, if you wanted to cut those out. But I think today I am just going to cut out my own little teeth here. So you just need to take some white paper and make some little rectangles. You can make them sharp or fanged or whatever you want. I'm going to round my corners off just a little bit to the top. And then we're just going to glue his teeth in. And be creative, boys and girls. You don't have to make it exactly like mine. His teeth can be jagged or smaller or bigger, whatever you would like. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little glue here on the back of each of his teeth. Just a little squiggle will hold it in place. So there's his teeth. All right. That part's done. Now the hard part is this part, his clothing. So with the orange, I think I will actually use the template that we have. And one easy way of using a template, boys and girls, is to just lay it on top of the paper that you want to cut out. So I've cut that little edge off so it meets the edge here, and then I'm just going to cut and follow the line. And we're going to have his vest cut out just like that. And then I didn't have to eyeball it. I could just do it straight like that. So it's going to fit right here. I think it's a little tall, so I think I'm going to cut just a little bit of the end off. Always make adjustments for your craft depending on the size of the bag you have or how you've cut it out to begin with. Okay, so again, we just do those scribbly, and we're going to put the vest in there, or his shirt. And the vest is 2 big triangles, and we're going to want some black for that. So I think I'm going to do exactly what I just did. I'm going to cut this end off here, and we're just going to lay it right on top of this, because I want 2 black vest pieces. So I'm just going to cut this out by using the template, which you can get off of our Facebook page. I'm going to cut this down here. And now we have the 2 sides of his vest. So we want the straight edge on the outside edge. And then that makes the vest looking part of his outfit here. Alright, so this is just a simple layered paper craft. And his outfit is almost done. Now we just have to work on the rest of his face. Alright, so if you'll notice that his vest has a little orange button, which was on the template somewhere. I may have lost it by now. Oh, right there it is. There's a little orange circle. So since that little orange circle is there, we might as well just go ahead and use it. So I'm going to cut right around that little orange circle. I'm going to make it a little bigger than what's there. It's always better to make it a little bit bigger than what's there, because then you can always make it smaller. But if it's too small, boys and girls, you cannot make it bigger. You'd have to start over. Cute, right? Let's add that little button right there at the bottom of his vest. All right, now we need to cut out his hair. Now, the hair is on the template. So instead of me trying to redesign the wheel here, I think I am just going to cut out his hair right out of the template. Instead of cutting out the construction paper, I am just going to use this paper right here. So his hair goes up and down and up and down. You could always create your own hair however you want it to be. If you look at my original puppet, I have really long hair on the one side. Up over here, it hangs down really low. So you could do that if you wanted to. But for today, I'm just going to use the little template. Okay, so we're going to glue his hair right up there at the top. Okay, and you're going to want to get those little mountain peaks of his hair. In other words, they're going to stick up and curl, which might make him look a little different and more scary. So we're going to glue that down. Okay, it's not quite across the whole page, but that's going to be okay. All right, let's get some eyeballs. Okay, cut his eyeballs out. Just going to cut right around that outside edge of that black. You really don't want that black showing. You want just the eyeball showing. All right, so we're going to glue an eyeball down, and you can make his eyes do all kinds of things, boys and girls. You could make him cross-eyed. You can make his eyes come together or go funky. I don't know. Which way do you think we should do it today? Let's just do it like that. Okay, we're going to put a little glue then on the back of each eyeball. Make him look a little strange. Now, you need some eyebrows, which they do have on the template, but it's easy enough to make an eyebrow by just cutting some black paper into 2 little rectangles and gluing it on top of the eyeball. So you can have the eyebrow hang down over the eye a little bit if you would like. Okay. Now, in order to make this really Frankenstein, he needs those mechanical screws on the side of his head. And again, those are on the template, so we can just cut them out. They look like the capital letter T. If you want to make it on your own construction paper, That would be an easy thing to do. Oops. It's a capital letter T. And we're going to glue it on the side of his head. Okay, because Frankenstein is a mechanical monster. We have lots of monster books here at the library, boys and girls. So as we come into this holiday season of Halloween, you may want to come to the library and get a monster book to read. All right, so these screws need to go under. You can just stick it right there under the flap. Just put a tiny little bit of glue, boys and girls, because if you put a lot, you're going to glue his mouth together and then it will not open. So we're just going to glue a little dot right there and lift this up. Okay. And that's about all there is to it, boys and girls. Now you'll notice that my vest didn't really come all the way up to the shirt today. So I probably should have made that a little bit longer or cut this off a little bit more. But maybe I could decorate it and maybe have some markers and maybe make a necklace on him. You could do something else to cover up that little mistake there. And so that was a puppet made out of a sack today. And there's Frankenstein 1 and Frankenstein 2. What do you think, boys and girls? We have 2 Frankensteins. I hope you will come to the library and get a packet or make this yourself at home. Then you can go and tell the story of Frankenstein to your friends. All right, boys and girls, I'm Miss Lisa here at the Fayette County Public Library. Thanks for joining me here at the Crafty Corner. Come see me again next Wednesday for another cool craft.